Hey Patty, it's November already.
I know.
And it's time for another Midweek Update. Welcome back, everyone. That was the saddest opening I think we've had in a long time. I don't know, maybe that's just the indication of the weather.
Of the day.
Or the day. So hopefully all of you had a wonderful weekend last weekend. I know we sure did.
We did. Lots of fun.
Lots of fun. So we'll just get right into it. Some of you probably have already watched the video that I put up. Totally different style video than what I normally do. But I just kind of wanted to do something a little bit different. And so I thought what I would do is highlight like 4 or 5 places that we really enjoyed last weekend. So,
yeah.
Many of you commented on the video footage that there was some of that cinematic look. This iPhone 13 Pro is crazy good.
That's what you said.
So, sadly though, the one time I needed the microphones, I didn't have them with me. And so there was one little section with some wind noise. But it's hard to get, it's hard. What do they say? Old habits are hard to break. Like when you're not used to getting fancy equipment out. In fact, I saw somebody on Facebook left a link to a gimbal. We actually own like 2 or 3 gimbals. You know what? I refuse to use them. It's it's cumbersome. It's cumbersome.
Something else to carry.
Yep.
And
heavy.
The phone does a great job of minimizing those movements and wiggles and jiggles.
Yeah, the stabilization on an iPhone
great.
is. So it's just one of those things
it's
that.
I guess I had a shaky hand.
Yeah. So no, I'm not going to use a gimbal. If I had to start using a gimbal all the time, I'd quit doing YouTube. They're just like I said. We've owned 3 of them. They're pains in the rear.
I think they're more hard to. They make it harder to.
Yeah, they're definitely heavy, and the thing is, you have to, because then at that point, vacation isn't vacation anymore. It's truly a job because you're having to get this stuff out, get it all set up, hooked up to go shoot. Where what we try to do is we just try to whip the phone out when we're out having fun and bring it to people. But I actually think the last 4 iPhones have had some really nice built-in image, and Apple just seems to make it a little bit better each time. So, but anyway, I do always appreciate the feedback, but unfortunately, some of it just isn't going to happen. Just because I'm being honest. So, but anyway, so we headed up to New York's Finger Lake region.
Yes.
I don't know, is that considered upstate? Is that when they say upstate New York? I don't know if that's considered. I don't know. But anyway, that's where we were, Finger Lakes. We spent a couple nights at Cayuga Lake State Park. We had, those sites were pretty nice. They were well spaced out. And the only weird thing is the way they do their electrical boxes is they put one electric box between 2 sites. So it was a good thing I had our 30 amp extension with us.
We wouldn't have made it.
Because I had to go across our site basically to get, we were sharing the electric post with Mark. Now you both had your own 30. It wasn't like, but
it's just the post.
They just, it was really weird.
Yeah.
But and you're right there on the lake. You could walk down to the lake, and so that was
Boy, was it windy.
Woo. And cold and rainy.
Rain. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired of rain.
No.
Luckily it's been not raining here this week, but it just makes camping muddy.
Well, we got there at about, I think it was around 1:30, 2 o'clock. Got set up on Friday, and the sun was actually out.
Yes,
that was the one day.
It was Friday.
And we did not. By the time we got set up and just kind of, got our
chilled out.
Yeah. We ended up. Originally, our plan was to go to Tim's Pumpkin Patch, but we didn't make it there. Well, we I guess technically we did, but we were hungry, so we went to dinner and we ate at that Prison City Pub and Grill, which you said was the best meal all weekend.
That would be my favorite all weekend.
It probably was. It was awfully good. And then we did end up driving out to Tim's, but they were doing a big fundraiser with a live band, and it was like a $10 cover charge.
And then it was raining.
And it was rainy and cold, and none of us really wanted to be outside for that. And so we Mark did the drive-thru, and we said, we'll come back to Tim's another day. And then, unfortunately, on Saturday, it was pretty much rainy, dreary the whole day. But we made it to a couple wineries. We went to Miranda Cheese. And then we also, where else do we end up that day? I feel like
we did a couple wineries.
Yeah.
Drove around one of the lakes.
And then we ended up going out to dinner that night for Mexican
food.
The restaurant was in Seneca Falls, and
on our way there we saw signs that said like It's a Wonderful Life festival museum and stuff coming up. I'm like, what's going on? So I did a little Google search, and that town claims that town was the town they based off the town in Bedford Falls in the movie.
So it wasn't actually shot.
No.
At first we were like, well, was the movie shot here? And it's not. They and there was different reasons. I don't remember all why they think
the director had a connection with something and whatever.
So anyway, I guess they do this festival every year, and there's a museum, and so. And then let's see, that was Sunday. Sunday, then we found. Sometimes you just find these little gems.
We found it Saturday, didn't you?
We found it on Saturday. We went back on Sunday. So I was actually on Yelp looking for, I think, restaurants, and I come across this bakery, which was like 3 miles from the campground, and smokehouse. Strange combination. Bakery smokehouse. Yeah. So Mark and I, this was on Saturday morning. I say to Mark, we're going down to the bakery. We're going to get something for breakfast. So we run down there. And it's funny because I drove by it. I'm like, whoa, I don't know. This place looks a little sketchy. And then I come back, and there were a couple cars there. And then later, Patty says, oh, I forgot to tell you. I was reading the reviews, and it says, like it looks...
Don't let the outside scare you away.
So, because it's in a garage beside of somebody's house, which I'm assuming it's the owner's house.
It looks kind of
And so you're just not expecting to pull into somebody's house and go into their garage. I'm telling you what, and the stuff was absolutely gorgeous. And I've been to bakeries.
Amazing food.
Well, and we've been to these bakeries where the stuff looks amazing. You buy it, you get it back, and you're like, it's not that good. This stuff was phenomenal. It was even better than it looked. Yeah. And so we ended up going back on Sunday morning, purchased some more stuff, talked to the owners just a little bit. And, Sam said she does all the baking. And she imports her butter from France. Her chocolate is imported. They use like high-end stuff. And then Cal, who does all the smoking and the hot foods, he only uses local beef. And so everything's high-end. And it was just, again, I can't put into words exactly just how amazing this place was.
It was very good.
Yeah, so we had to hit that, and then we ended up running over to Tim's Pumpkin Patch, which was their last day, and again, it was rainy and cold, and so it just wasn't. But I will tell you, if you can make it to Tim's Pumpkin Patch next year, go get the apple cider donuts. They were phenomenal.
They're good.
Like, we ate a lot of sweets this weekend.
We did.
But those were excellent, and they didn't have all their product out because it was their closing day.
Right.
And I think I mentioned in the video, Tim's Pumpkin Patch is part of a farm. Tim is the owner. And I guess I believe I saw an interview one time where he's been for years planting like 60 or 65 acres to just pumpkins. The pioneer lady named Tim's Pumpkin Patch one of the top 10 best pumpkin patches in America. But his 3 daughters, Evelyn, Claudia, and JoJo, started an Instagram account and then a YouTube account. They're huge on Instagram, like over 100,000 followers. And they've got like 75,000 subscribers on YouTube under the name New York Farm Girls. Yeah. And so they kind of have this, some popularity and social influence. And they're really trying to promote females in agriculture, along with Laura from Laura Farms and Aaron Holbert and some others, and which I think is awesome that there are a movement of younger females wanting to be in the agriculture business. Right. But anyway, we had a nice time there, and then we stopped at Skinny Atlas. I can only pronounce it now because after the video, several of you told me how to pronounce it. We had no idea. And
such a cute town. Oh my gosh. It was just, it started to rain, which ended our time there, but the time we had, it was so cute. All the cute little shops, and then you could walk out and look at the lake. There was a nice little coffee house. You guys got drinks. Yeah. It's just adorable. So we had fun doing that.
Headed back, hitched up, come on home.
And then the sun comes out as we're driving home.
Yeah, the next day the sun's out, beautiful. But anyway, it was a nice fall trip. We usually do one fall trip every year.
The colors were nice.
Colors were excellent.
I think Pennsylvania had the best color, at least my thinking, because I think we got to New York, a lot of it had already dropped.
I don't know, I thought it was pretty good in New
York.
But
I think it's starting to change here. It's not as much as there, but it was really pretty dry. So, yeah.
So anyway, that was our weekend. And again, if you haven't saw the video, you can check it out. It's right here on TWD Life. And nice weekend. And that's pretty much it. We're going to stay home this weekend and, do some things around Tall Pine And then we did get, I was pretty excited when we got home, although I may not be excited when I get the bill, but we had them install a 30 amp plug on the side of the house, which is nice. So we've always had to convert from 110 down, or 30 down. But now we can plug the trailer straight in. The other thing was the only plug I could plug in was on the opposite side of where we parked the trailer. So this gets us a lot closer.
When you had to string all that.
Oh yeah, we had a lot of cord to get around.
Coming around the house.
That's a nice feature to have now on the house. So if I just get my dump station put in, we'll be all set up. So that'll be maybe next year's project.
Yep.
And apparently we have deer. On that note, we're going to wrap this one up. And until next week, everyone.
We'll see you. On down
Bye.
the road. Bye. Good bark.
Travels with Delaney. We'll see you on down the road.